We'll be restocking all of our local pop-up stores this week, and I'll give you a little insight on them while I'm at it. Hi guys, welcome to another Emii Creations vlog, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So for those who don't know, I do have 4 pop-ups around California, specifically in Orange County and San Diego, and today I'm gonna do my monthly restock for them. So while I'm doing that, I'll probably give you a little information about my pop-ups, where they are, how I found them, whether or not I'm doing well at them, and what hopes I have for them. So thank you for coming along, and I hope you enjoy. So today we're walking out to the Laguna Hills Mall. It is kind of a half dead mall, so to speak. Only a portion of it is still being taken over by a few stores, and one of them is Open Market OC. And they have a few stores around the OC area, and they usually cater to small businesses, but as you can see, they are closing this location at the end of 2022. So we're only going to be here for another month. And I'm just going into the back right now. Most of these stores have a back place where they'll store all your hangers, or all, like this one, they print barcodes for you, so they also store those in the back. And I grab these every time I come to restock. And as you can see, it's a pretty big space, so there are a lot of vendors, and each vendor gets kind of like a section off little, maybe 5x10 or 10x10, that kind of size booth. All the walls are built by them, so we do not have to build our own walls. We just can hang things, drill things on it, and basically set up the little space as though it is our own store. So Open Market, I really found it by chance. We were in the location, actually going to visit a doctor in the area, and we just happened to bond like all the signs that they had on the outside of the building, and came back later to check it out. And I really thought the concept was super cool, all these small businesses here. So I signed up for their waiting list, and luckily they were opening up a new location around that time, so I was able to get in that way. So here is my pop-up in all its glory. And this size space is actually perfect for me because I honestly don't have enough products to fill a whole store, for example. And this space is just enough to have maybe 70 to 80% of my products, mainly my best sellers, to be on display for people to buy. Hey guys, I just finished my first pop-up at Open Market Laguna Hills, and I'm going to my second one. I think I'm only going to do 2 today at Odor Premium Outlets of Carlsbad. I think that's what it's called. So one other thing is, like, I do only restock once a month because they actually cut the check once a month, 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing, and I'm always happy to go because I get paid. So heading over to the second one now. See you there. So here's a door at the Premium Outlets of Carlsbad in California. And they, I believe, started out as a luxury consignment store. But this location in particular, they kind of have it set up where half is luxury and the other half is for small businesses like myself to have a little pop-up space. So that was awesome, and they are actually my best performing location out of all my pop-ups right now, so I love this store. So here's how I found Adore. Unlike Open Market, they actually reached out to me on Instagram, and they probably found me maybe because I was already at Open Market and they were reaching out to local stores. This location in Carlsbad, they were going to open probably a month after they reached out to me. So I was in a good timing to have the vendor tours before they were even open. So we walked into an empty space and I really liked the space. I really liked the mall. So I signed the contract for 6 months right away. So this pop-up is my best selling pop-up, and I believe there's a few reasons behind that. One being it is very heavy foot traffic. This mall is really busy, and not all malls are made the same, unfortunately, mostly with the retail apocalypse and recession going on right now. I do think there's a lot of malls that are half dead, have a lot of stores that aren't filled, which is big red flags for one. And this mall is kind of like an outside mall. You walk on the outside from store to store, which is a more open experience than indoor malls. I think people, mostly in California, love the sun, let me tell you. So I do think outdoor malls do a little better and are a little busier nowadays. So that's one factor. Another factor is I think this store, door, or this location, whatever it may be, the people that work here are so amazing. And every time a new person comes in, they not only greet the people, but they ask them what they may be looking for, and they specify that there are small businesses here, and they even can introduce brands by name and by what they do. So they pay a lot of attention to each individual brand, and they really make people feel like they're having an experience when they come in, which is what I think is very important. Here's how our Adore pop-up looks as a whole. And so it doesn't have walls like the other one. We did have to develop an open floor plan. So we did buy and bring IKEA tables, the 2 white ones that you see here, and built them inside the store on setup day. And then the sticker display is the same as the other one. I really like this display because it fits a lot of stickers without using a lot of room, which is awesome. And the 2-tier display concept, I kind of got inspired by our old Macy's pop-up. If you're interested in our Macy's pop-up that we did back a few years ago, I do have a few videos on those in my YouTube channel. And then in the back of the display, we have all our graphic tees and some of our hoodies. And I do think I want to update the t-shirt part of it later on. Maybe have a little more options since we couldn't fit a lot in this setup. But overall, pretty happy with how it turned out. And here's a little sneak peek of what the rest of the store looks like. So there's a lot of variety in the products that are being offered in the small businesses that are in the store, which makes for a really cool shopping experience. So if you're in the area, definitely check it out. Hey guys, I just finished restocking the Adore's Carlsbad location, and it's around 4:30 right now. The sun's a little bit setting, so by the time I drive back, it'll probably be 5:30, and my Westminister location will probably be closed by the time I get there. So I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. So I'm done with restocks for the day. Usually I only do like 2 a day, and then just do it over 2 days. And I also got my check from the Adore location. I usually schedule the restocks around 10th of the month because that's when they cut the check, so I can pick up the check while I'm here, since the Carlsbad locations are like 45 minutes away from me, so it is a bit of a drive, and I want to make the drive worth it. So I will see you back tomorrow for our last restock. We are at our last pop-up, and this pop-up is at the Westminister Mall, and we're gonna do a restock. So I did lie a little bit. I did not end up restocking the Westminister location the next day. I think I waited around a week, but I did restock it on a weekend, and my husband was able to come with me. So if you saw a guy lurking in the back of my car, do not worry, that is him. And he came to help me film a little bit, so that made things a lot easier. And so a little bit about the Westminister pop-up. This company is different. It is called Urban Market. I believe it's Urban Market California is what they're officially called, and they already have one location inside this mall, and they were doing so well they decided to make a second store right across from the first store, and we are in the second store. The second store took over an old Abercrombie, so if you recognize the pillars in the front of the store, yes, it is an Abercrombie that was refurbished to be the new Urban Market location. And they do have several other stores, so definitely check out their website to check out where those stores are. And similar concept, and they do cater to small businesses, and each business gets a little space within the store to call their own. Now, I want to be perfectly transparent in saying that this location is not exactly my best location. It definitely is pretty expensive to rent, and it definitely doesn't have the amount of foot traffic as the Adore location. So that being said, it's definitely no fault of Urban Market. I think they have an amazing concept. They really love and want to help all their little stores. I do think it's one of the symptoms of the recession, one of the symptoms of malls not being as heavily trafficked as before. So this is a word of caution that if you are looking for pop-ups like these, definitely take your time, analyze the traffic, and analyze what kind of clientele is also coming to these locations. Despite everything, I still really love this pop-up in the store. I think it turned out super cute. The only one thing I might change in the future is the sticker display in the front, I believe is affecting my sales negatively because you can't really see all the designs with the shelving system. So I might make that into a more cohesive unit, but otherwise, pretty happy with how it looks and hope you guys can visit if you are in the area. Let's talk quickly about my fourth pop-up store, which is actually another Adore location, specifically in North County Westfield Mall. I honestly made a mistake here. I assumed because of how well the first Adore location was doing that all the other ones would be the same. However, like I mentioned earlier, Adore started out as a luxury consignment store, and this location had more of that audience and vibe, which did not fit my brand. I am thankful they let me try it out, but I personally didn't do my due diligence checking out the store and the audience. So sadly, I will be closing this location February 2023 when my contract is up. Thank you so much for coming along our pop-up restock journey. If you like our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the alert bell. If you have any questions about our pop-up or anything in general, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I hope to see you again next time.